Yo, yo, yo. What's going on, beautiful peoples? What is going on? Good to see you all this evening. Hope everybody is doing well, man. Hope everyone is doing well. We are in the building tonight for another Thursday night with your boy, Tech King Mike. Good to see you all this evening, man. Let's go ahead and get right into it and holler at the people in the chat, man. I got a few folks sliding through. First and foremost, we got my man Trent Tech is in the building. What's up with you, Trent? How you doing, man? Hope you are doing well this evening. Give me just 1 second, guys. Had a few things going on right before the stream started. Life happens. It is what it is. So sorry about that. And we got my man Contractors POV. What's up, Gary? Gary, I will be sending out your device tomorrow, so that will be taken care of this tomorrow after morning. Gwendolyn G. What's up, Gwendolyn? How are you? How are you? Jason C. What's up with you, man? Good to see you. What's good, Mike and Stream? Hope everyone is great. Have an announcement this evening involving Jason C. and Mobile Opinions, so hope you all will enjoy that here in a little bit. Shay, the Queen of Steeler Nation Kennedy. What's up with you, Shay? How are you doing? How are you doing this evening, Miss Shay? I got my man Jason Sweet, I said Jason Sweet, the review suite. Jason is in the building. What's up, man? Digging this instrumental. Hey, appreciate it, man. It is by Amber Split, I believe, and it is called We Back. I believe that's what it's called. But Jason, it's off of Epidemic Sounds. I will DM you a link if you are interested in it. My man Lethal Emperor is in the building. What's up, Lethal? How are you? Lethal, I completely forgot my drink, so I will have to enjoy mine after the stream is over with during my man Ike's Tech Talk stream this evening. So, Easy Computer Solutions. What's up, Eric? How are you this evening? Good to see you, my brother. And my man Juan Bagnell. What's up, Juan? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Let's see. Barry said, Mike, I am listening, but I am driving, so I may not be commenting. That's all good, Barry. Understand. I appreciate you for listening in. I'm pretty sure the reason why that looks as good as it does is because he probably used voice dictation on the Google Pixel 6 or the 6 Pro. He's got 3 of them, so he used one of those to do that. Time for Tech. Hello, hello. Time for Tech. How are you? I believe this is my first time seeing you in the stream. Thank you for being here with us this evening. Good, sir. So, man, we have a few things to talk about this evening. I'm gonna try to see something new. See if I can do something new this evening. I got a overlay created with Ecamm to do a what's the word I'm looking for? To give you guys some screen share. So we're gonna talk about a few things to essentially get on board with some stuff because we have a few things that were going on this week in tech. Number one, we had the Galaxy S21 FE was announced. Let's go ahead and jump right on into that, man. That is something that I personally, I don't understand the device, and it's not that I have an issue with it. I just don't understand the device. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into the S21 FE. Now, what is the issue with that as far as I'm concerned? You guys saw the title of the stream. Essentially, is the S21 FE too late? In my opinion, I think so. I think it is too late. I think that we are so close to the S22, the S22 Plus, and the S22 Ultra that to spend $700 or $780 on on this device, it just, I don't know, man. It just feels just so it just feels really, it almost feels like a cash grab, man. Like it really almost feels like a cash grab. And I don't know, man. It's just something about it that just really throws me off. And one of the bigger things that I've also considered when it comes to the S21 FE is that, yes, of course, we have the chip shortage that's going on right now. So that played a factor in it being, excuse me, that played a factor in it being late and it being delayed. But that doesn't take away from the fact that it's a year-old processor, which, don't get me wrong, I don't want to get into the specs. I don't want to get too deep into the specs, but, it's a year-old processor, and the cameras aren't as good as the S21, which can be found at a considerable discount right now because it's been around for a while. I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. Big John Tech Reviews. Good evening to you, good sir. Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Shay says she's doing good. Good to hear. My first time here. Saw you in Clubhouse this morning. Time for tech. I'm glad to see. I'm glad that you joined me this evening from Clubhouse. Hopefully, you did not see the drama from Clubhouse this morning because I will address that. I will address that a little bit later, but hopefully you did not see too much of that this morning. Holla at your boy is in the building. What's up with your big dog? What's up with you? Kenny Man is in here. T said, man, I don't know what I have to do to get Juan to show up in my live streams. Oh man, I don't know, man. Every time Juan comes through with me, man, I'm blessed with it, man. I'm blessed. I appreciate it. Technically, T with the $20 super chat. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, big dog. Appreciate that. Let's see. Tech King Mike, yo, good evening. What's up, Uno Nice? Good to see you, my boy. Good to see you. Let's see. Thank you. Bless. Thank you. Drink some tea or take a shot. Like I said, man, I'm taking a shot as soon as the stream is over with. I got some Savannah sweet tea bourbon that I've been killing, and that is my drink of choice right now. So I will be enjoying a nice tall glass of that after the stream is over with this evening. I ain't even finna put both of this man's comments up. I'm gonna put them up just because I want to be respectful. So we got that ignorance right there, and then that ignorance right there. So Mike, what's up with you, big dog? What's up with you, man? Gang in the building. Gang in the building. Time for Tech said, "Oh, I was there." Okay. It is what it is, man. Time for Tech. I really try to avoid that type of energy, man. So, hey, what's up, Emily? How you doing, girl? What's up? Emily is the homie. Emily is the homie. She said, "I'll be in and out, but at least wanted to say hi." I appreciate you for saying hi, Emily. Thank you for being here as always. Jason C says, "I think Samsung planned the price long before they ever knew what Google was going to do, and they was basically stuck." Just my opinion. I would agree with that, Jason. I would agree with that. I do think that Samsung had this price point in mind because it's not far off from the S20 FE. So I think Samsung had this price point in mind that they were going to stick for and run with when it came to the S21 FE. But then Google drops the Pixel 6 at the price that they did, and it's like, damn, what do you say to that? The argument can be made that, well, it's not necessarily a what's what I'm looking for. The argument can be made that it's not necessarily, the tensor chip might not be as intense as it might not be as intense as the Snapdragon or whatever. But I personally, just like I said, I really feel like the device screams cash grab to me. It just doesn't make any sense. And even this year, like I'll use another device to compare it to, the iPhone S, the rumored iPhone SE next generation. So I feel like some of these companies, like Apple included and Samsung, because I don't hold any discrimination against the company. It does get to me when I feel like the companies are putting out so many SKUs that it just doesn't make sense. Like I think about it from a business mindset, but I also think about it from the mindset of like just someone who's interested in purchasing. And right now, you still can purchase an S21 that came out in January of last year, S21 Plus, S21 Ultra, now an S21 FE. It's like there's 4 different flavors of a year-old phone. I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. CDF, man, what's up with you, man? Discord squad in the building. What's up, Discord squad? Yes, sir. That is a technically team members only Discord server group, man. So shout out to you for being in the building. Say what up, homie? Gang. Yes, sir. All day and night. Google did use their own chip, so it was more cost effective. That is true. And that is also something that needs to be considered when it comes to the price point of the Pixel 6 and the 6 Pro. Says, seems Samsung is also stuck with Exynos issues. Their international plans and distribution might be difficult for the S22. I have actually was reading an article about that. I think it was on Phone Arena. I have to look it up and see for certain one. But I was actually reading something about that before the stream. And I thought about trying to get it to share, but I didn't want to add it in there for everything else I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I don't know, man. Samsung seems like they've had Exynos issues as long as I can remember. At one point, I think the Exynos chips were pretty decent and they worked out, but it just seems like they've consistently had issues with the Exynos chips. So I don't know, man. I hope we'll get to a point where that won't continue to be the case, or anything like that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens when it comes to the S22 this year. Digital Slang, what's up with you, bro? How you doing, man? Good up, man. What up? Say good evening, first time tuning in. Thank you for tuning in this evening, Ruperto. I appreciate you. So one thing I did want to have done this evening that I was unable to do, hey, Big Mosley, what up, what you do? What up with you, man? What up? The SE3 rumored upgrade is 5G. So does that mean the SE just got real? Hey, look, man. I don't know, Jason. I don't know. I gotta be honest with you, man. If Apple drops an SE3 this year and it's not in the form factor of like an iPhone mini or maybe even a 10R style body, I it for me it's gonna be an instant. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be an instant like I can't recommend it to someone, but it's just gonna be like, why? Like why keep throwing it in the body of a phone that is almost 6 years old now? Like it just doesn't make sense. And then if they're trying to cram 5G, a new bionic processor inside of a form factor like they did with the SC2, as we all clearly saw, I mean, review after review after review, and even I had brief time with it personally because I used it in the interim between devices. The battery is trash on the iPhone SE. So I don't know, man. Them adding more to the plate just feels like it is just I don't know, man. Hey, what's up with you? Taking text. Hey, what's up, Brock? Good to see you, man. Good to see you through here, man. Good to see you. What up with you, big dog? I love that profile picture. By the way, that's one of my favorite memes. It's like what? What? Hey, Tech Lover Mama. Hi, Mike. Hope you and the family are well. Same for the peeps in the chat. We are doing well, Tech Lover Mama. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Digital Slang and T chopping it up with Uno and Ace. Yo, Mike, how the hell are you, man? I'm good, man. I am good, Ace. I'm doing pretty good. We had a rough start to the day. Ace, but we doing a lot better than we were. I mean, we doing a lot better than we were. Jason. I can't get my words right tonight. The review suite. Jason says, I love the SE, but I might skip this one. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I think. I feel like this one is just going to be one of those ones where, like I said, I don't want to overemphasize and use the word cash grab over and over again. But I do feel like, I don't know, man, just something about it just doesn't feel like it's the proper time to release that device. But at the same time, I am starting to kind of feel like Apple, I mean, I'm not starting to feel like I've always known that companies do this type of stuff. Apple has been caught red-handed doing it, but I would not be surprised if with the release of the SE3, the SE2 begins to experience more issues. Case in point, something that I was having a conversation about with this morning with another creator, the M1 Max. My M1 MacBook Pro, here, I've been using this computer for about 5 months now. That's about how long I've had this computer. I haven't had a single problem with it. I haven't had a single issue with it. I have not had a single time where, I was like, man, this thing is running slow for 16 gigs of RAM and all this other stuff, and lately, with little stuff, it has been stuttering. It has been kind of, I don't know. It's just, and a part of me does feel like, hey, man, I just don't get it, man. I don't get it. Raymond Williams, what's up with you? Rip Raymond is in the building. Uno said it's quiet in Bamaland. Beware of them dogs. Yeah, man, we got to shout out them Georgia Bulldogs, man. Like I said, I am a Florida fan through and through. Born in the state of Florida, so that is why I rep the Gators. It's just my team that I just kind of, as a youngin, gravitated to. But my mama is an LSU fan, and my dad is kind of neutral. He's more of his home school, Jackson State University, the Jackson State University, HBCU SWAC conference. That's his team, but we like Georgia because we retired in Georgia. So it's weird. I'm a house divided. Like when we have the Georgia-Florida game here in Jacksonville every year, I'm always rooting for Florida because that's who I want to see win. But when I see Georgia playing good, like balling, I'm not mad at it because I'm like, yo, if they balling, they balling. I can't get mad at it. Now, I will say, it's fuck FSU for life. I'm putting it out there right now. It's fuck FSU for life. That's just point blank period. FSU gets no love in my household. And I will also say Miami is that close to getting that for life, but I let Miami slide when it comes to college football. I let Miami slide. Jason says, if you believe and follow the rumors, no design change for the SC until 2023. Oh, Mike, man. See, I'm gonna put it up here because T put my super chat up in his stream, so I'm putting it up here. My man Mike Talbot with the $20 holla said, wanted to give you $20.10 for the last time y'all were relevant. Boy, you horrible, Mike. I appreciate you though, Mike. I appreciate you for the super chat, my boy. Appreciate that, man. Mike is good people, man. If y'all have not checked out my man Mike Talbot, please go check him out over at Head. I'm gonna see if I can type it in the chat here. My keyboard disconnected. Headbangersports.com. Please go check out his merch and check out his stuff. It is very comfortable, very nice. The only reason why I don't have mine on right now because it needs to be washed. But I got a hoodie from him that he sent out to me, and it is incredibly comfortable. Great materials, and I can't recommend it more. So please go make sure you check him out and check out what he's got going on. And there it is. There's what's up, Kim. Work hard, travel well. Go dogs. I'm gonna tell you, there's certain people that on Twitter Monday, I was waiting. I was like, here it come. And sure enough, it never failed. Never failed. But good to see you, Kim. Thank you for being here with me this evening. My man El Jefe, what's up, bro? What's up with you, El Jefe, brother? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. And tech for your needs. Lewis, what's up with you, man? How you doing this evening? Folks, Lewis dropped a video this week, man. I'm gonna spread love and show love because that's what I do, man. My man Lewis dropped a video this week. Go ahead and go check that video out if you are not a fan of or subscribe to Tech for Your Needs, man. So, Jason, I'm keeping low on that one because they say if you expect disappointment, you'll never be disappointed. So that's my opinion on that right now. I'm gonna leave that there where it is. So now, let's get into a few other things that I wanted to discuss this evening and just kind of talk about. Just in general. We do have a tech fight this weekend. Haven't really had a chance this week. There's been a lot going on, but we do have a tech fight this weekend. I'm gonna be in the process of locking down the judges for the tech fight this evening into tomorrow. And as far as anyone who wants to join, I know Direct Tech Patar did say that he wanted to join because the conversation. Now I gotta be honest, man. This is a whole different thing in itself, but the conversation is. For this tech fight is about the whole thing that's been going on since that article was released in regards to RCS, iMessage, and all this other stuff that's going on with this. And if you haven't read the article, I'm sure you can find it on Twitter easily. I may link it down in the description for the replay crew, but it's essentially the person who created the article is almost baiting people into the idea that Apple alone is solely responsible for the social demographic and the social issues that come from people who choose to use iMessage over other services that are available to them, and furthermore take it a step further and bully people who do not use an iPhone. Now, I'm gonna say it like this. First and foremost, Roberto, my bad. I'm sorry. Like I said, the Canes are cool. The Canes are cool for now. Y'all ain't on the same level as FSU, so y'all good for now. And no problem, Tech for Your Needs, no problem. Hey, Discord squad is in the building. Appreciate you for being here, Mr. Brian R. Thank you, sir. So like I said, the Tech 702. What's up with you, Mike? What's good with you, bro? So like I said, man, the whole thing is just like it's getting to the point where it's really old to me now. My personal stance on this whole thing. I want RCS across the board. Because I feel like it would make not just texting, but it would just make everything just more, it would just enrich the communication between devices better. And I think that it would just add, it would just add so much value to things versus a standard SMS or a standard MMS. Now, I will say I have felt that frustration when I took a video or a picture of my daughter and I sent it to someone in the family who doesn't have an iPhone, and they asked me the question, why is it so blurry or garbled up or whatever, or vice versa. So those type of things do exist, but they've never ever been, for me personally, and I'm 32 going on 33 years old, even from back in the day when the iPhone first came out and the iMessage was first announced, it has never been one of those things to me where I felt like, oh man, you're horrible if you don't use iMessage. You're trash if you don't use it. It was never that serious to me. It was never that serious of an issue to me. So when I see people going about it the way that they are, it is very concerning, because it's like, come on, people, like, have we really gotten to a point with such a tribalistic nature and such a, just frustration about our tech that we have to really pick at stuff like that now. Like, it's getting old. The conversation is truly getting old to me. Like, it has it's really and truly getting old to me. And I don't know, like, this morning we ended up having a conversation in coffee talk, and the conversation just got out of hand real fast. Now I'm not gonna name any names, and I'm not gonna speak ill on people because I choose to take the high road. As frustrated as I might be with people, and as irritated as I might be with people, I choose to take the high road. And I don't think it's that serious to the point where, if someone doesn't want to use an app for communication that someone is recommending, it has to go the way that it goes. It just it's not that damn serious, people. It's not. And let me see. I'm gonna read a few comments here. Uno Nice says iMessage will never be released from Apple or for Android. That's one of Apple's key features. If iMessage is on Android, Apple slowly becomes just another phone. Exactly. Apple will hold on to iMessage to keep that exclusivity. That does not make them. That doesn't make them bullies. That doesn't make them ignorant. That makes them a business. Like, they know, hey, we have something that people want, so we're gonna keep it for ourselves. Now, like I said, RCS can be implemented without the removal of iMessage. That can happen, because iMessage is still, back and forth between iPhones. So RCS can still be implemented. But, like I said, it's just one of those things where I've seen the question that I've seen this week. The question that I've seen this week that was asked was, how many people are actually asking for RCS, and are people not asking for it because they don't know about RCS? So I actually asked a lot of my friends. I asked people that I talk to almost every day. I said, hey, do you know what RCS is? And the resounding response was, no. What is that? What is that? And I'm like, you don't know what RCS is? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, how do you communicate with people? How do you communicate with people when it comes to your conversations? And the literal response most of the time was, oh, I just iMessage, or I just text them, or, I use Facebook Messenger or something like that. And that was pretty much it. Like, nobody had that type of energy where it was like, oh, I need RCS. I need it. Like, nobody had that type of energy. So, and it never seems to fail that I'm pretty sure I'm going to piss a couple of people in the chat might get pissed off when I say this, but it never seems to fail to me that it's always predominant Android users. It's always predominant Android users that have these issues with what the iPhone doesn't do. Now what that says to me is that for people who claim to don't care about Apple, for people who claim to don't care about the iPhone is a closed off ecosystem. The iPhone is a lockdown, OS, and just can't stand the iPhone. You sure worry about it a lot. Like, you sure worry about it a lot, and you really try your hardest to push people to worry about it a lot, which to me is hilarious. If I tell somebody, hey, just keeping it a whole buck. If I tell somebody, hey, I really don't give a fuck what Buddy over there doing, I'm not gonna keep talking about Buddy. I'm not gonna keep pushing for him to do something. So the conversation just gets really just wild to me, and majority of the people that I know, tech space, in personal life, whatever, that are predominant iPhone users, I have yet to see them having the same outrage that it's not there. Do I think it's good for both OSs? Of course, I'm all for better integration and better communication between both of the OSs that are out there, because we only have Android and iOS. We don't have BlackBerry anymore. We don't have Palm. We don't have anything else. We have iPhone and Android. That's it. So of course I'm all for better communication between these two, but I just think this whole narrative that it's Apple's fault or anything of that nature, it's like, come on, man. Like, let's please move on. Let's please move on. Let me catch up on the chat here, man. And Mike said that convo was Mike, man. That convo was hilarious, man. people got big mad that we just kind of told them what they needed to hear. People don't want to download the app. If they don't want to download the app, it is what it is. Wonder why Google never enforces a unified message app across the board. Now, see, Text for Your Needs, that is another thing that I feel like people don't realize or don't give enough credit to. Google has had several messaging apps that they have released over the lifetime of Android. I can remember at least 3 between Hangouts, Allo, and we're currently on Google Messages. But I'm trying to think of, there was another one that they used to use that you could download to your phone, and that was their proprietary messaging service, and it gave you chat style features. It gave you a lot more than you got with just a regular texting app. But then Samsung started to slowly catch up and add stuff to theirs. LG started to add stuff to their messaging app, and it got to the point where it was like, okay, well, Google will scrap this, we'll scrap that. When Google chooses to stick with something, then there will actually be a conversation that can be had about better integration across the board. One thing that I will case in point, I knew a lot of people who had an iPhone. Now, if you guys think I'm wrong for this, and if you feel otherwise, please feel free to put a 1 in the chat. But I think a lot of you might agree with me when I say this. How many people do you know that had an iPhone, but still preferred to use Hangouts when it came to group video calls? I'll wait, because I know quite a few people who still, to this day, are predominant iPhone users, have never used an Android phone in their life, but say and talk about how much they miss Google Hangouts. So personally, I've seen that attitude in young teens. Exactly. And young teens, if you're not going to get bullied about using iMessage, you're going to get bullied about not having the freshest pair of shoes. You're going to get bullied about your hoodie being You're going to get bullied about a jacket being Tommy Hilfiger versus a polo jacket. Teenagers and kids are going to find a way to bully each other. It is what it is. I don't want to make it sound like bullying is okay, but we have to recognize that is just kind of how life is, unfortunately. I'm going to have a conversation with my daughter one day about, hey, someone's not going to like something that you do or that you don't do or that you have or you don't have. And I'm going to have to talk to her about how to handle it accordingly, because that's just what it is. But guess where that starts, people? Shout out to my man Viper for this, because I'm going to have his back on 100% on that. That starts at home. It starts at home. It doesn't start with Apple. It doesn't start with Samsung. It doesn't start with Google, LG, any other goddamn mobile phone company. It starts at home. So when people are trying to make this an Apple thing, nah, man, that's not what it is. That's not what it is. JFT, what's up with you, bro? How you doing, man? He said they came from like he put it down. It's like Pepsi asking Coke for their recipe. Facts. It's just like, nah, man, it's not gonna happen. I send images via SMS as a link to Apple phones. It is set automatically. It is still blurry that way. Never cared to ask people I sent. Oops. Hey, Tech Lover Mom, if ain't nobody ever said nothing to you, I ain't saying nothing either. That's all I'm gonna say. Pixel has cameras, special software features, screen call, translate, etc. Sammy has best displays and foldable displays. Apple has iMessage and FaceTime. To be elite, you must have key features. Uno! Someone gets it. Every company offers something different. If you like a Pixel because a Pixel has those features mentioned, I'm going to put that comment back up. If you're a Pixel fan because the Pixel has class-leading camera when it comes to still photography on a smartphone, they are catching up on video. Now, I'm not going to say, in my opinion, they're not the best, but they are catching up on video. But they have class-leading photography when it comes to still images that come out of the Pixel devices, and they have for at least the last 5 years, period. So that's the first thing. You have call screen, translate, the Google Assistant. It is distinguished by those, and there are people out there who want to use that device for those features. And guess what? More power to you, my boy, and my sister. I don't care. That is good for you. I don't care if you're bubble green or you're bubble blue. And anyone who does care that your bubble green or your bubble is blue might not be somebody you need to associate with. I'm just going to keep it a whole buck. Unless you know that person does not have any ill will, or that person does not have an issue. I just point blank period, man. If you messing around with people and they really giving you grief about the color of the bubble when you text them, stop texting them. I don't know, man. Maybe I grew up in a different time, but I don't know. Why are people so uneducated about the phone they use every day? I'm not going to say all of that. Mr. Brian R. with the facts. Time for text that I had to turn my volume down this morning. It got so heated. Hey, look, man, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. The funniest thing to me is that one girl saying she was at risk using SM. Oh, man, Mike is going in. Key features, LG, HTC, Motorola, etc. What's their signature features? Maybe that's why they're falling down. Things that make you go, Now, I will say, Uno, my only take that I have with that comment, the only take that I can have with that comment is that LG and HTC did pioneer a lot. Now, Motorola did as well, but at the moment, not, and I don't want to sound ignorant, so I'm just going to politely say I don't know at the moment. But LG and HTC did pioneer quite a few things that we today do enjoy on devices. And I will name two of them from LG, one from LG and one from HTC. HTC, stereo speakers. Think about what these modern smartphones would be today if we didn't have stereo speakers on them, and how important that has become to users of these devices. So stereo speakers, you can thank HTC for that. And as far as LG is concerned, you can thank LG for the ultra wide angle camera. There would not be ultra wide angle lenses on smartphones if it was not for LG doing it first. Google has never been able to force carriers to allow them to use a proprietary messenger. Apple can threaten to walk away from carriers. What's Google going to pull? The Pixel? Now, damn. Now, see, now that's one of those areas where, like I said, Google has never been able to force the carriers to allow them to use a proprietary messenger. See, I did not know that. I honestly, this whole time, I have looked at this from the perspective of like, well, why can't Google just work with the carriers to say, hey, our Android devices that use our OS are going to use this messaging service? You know, like that's one of the things that I've always felt like it seems simple, but clearly it's not. Clearly it's not. Google Talk, I think that's the one that I was thinking about, T. I know it was 3 different ones that were Google named and Google related. I know it was Google Allo, Google Hangouts, Google Plus. I think Google Plus was one of the best social media platforms to date. I missed the hell out of Google Plus, but you know, man, Google makes new apps and drops them and revives them over and over and over. Man, and look at what they've done with the Pixels in the past. You know, I want to ask this question right now. I want to ask this question of you guys in the chat. So just you ain't got to put a 1 in the chat or anything. You can just answer the question and just let me know what you think about this. How many of you would love to see the Pixel 7 Pro? I'm not going to talk about the 6 Pro because we can't get that. The Pixel 7 Pro with an in-display fingerprint scanner that is upgraded and, you know, say 2nd generation from the one that's currently in it. Because if you've gotten updates on the phone, whether you're on the November patch or the January one, the fingerprint sensor on the 6 Pro has gotten better. Can't say it's trash, it's gotten better. It's not, you know, it is what it is. But how many of you would love to see Soli radar integrated in that as well? True face unlock along with the in-display fingerprint scanner. Not a 2D face unlock like you get with Samsung, but a true security-driven face unlock like we got with the Pixel 4 XL or the Pixel 4. How many of you would love to see that? I would love to see that. That would be clutch to me. That would be so dope if Google was able to do that. But because Google has this history of, you know, we're throwing it at the wall and it didn't work this time, so we're just going to act like it never existed for the next device. It's frustrating. It's frustrating when it comes to that. But you know, Google is known for killing things off. The Hangout app was good. I just don't get it, bro. And the thing is, Google will kill something off, right? Google will kill something off, and then when another company steps in and takes that place, they try to create something different. Like Time for Tech said, they will continue to essentially revive. They killed Google Hangouts, right? They killed that off. What took its place? Say it with me: StreamYard. StreamYard blew up and is becoming one of the most widely used group streaming services. I use StreamYards for my Saturday night tech fights. I guarantee you, if I stay at Google Hangout, I'd still be using that, and it was free. It was free. You know, I didn't pay nothing for it. Yeah, I think I'm done with this Android experiment. Oh, damn. Ace, nah, man. Ace, you can't, man. I went to school with a uniform and people still got bullied. It's inevitable. Hey, man. Like I said, it's just something that almost happens. Now, is there extreme scenarios and are there extreme instances of bullying? Of course, there's always going to be that. But I don't know, man. It's just it's getting to the point where it's like we got to stop blaming corporations for humanity. We got to stop blaming corporations for society's issues. Now, if you say, well, Apple is here's how I talk to people, right? Now, if someone came to me and they said, hey, Mike, man, you know, Apple is the reason why my child got bullied for not having an iPhone. Wrong. Apple is the reason why the family who has the iPhone feels like they might be better than you because you use an Android device. Another thing that Viper said this morning in Coffee Talk, if they only knew your Android device was probably more expensive than their iPhone. But where to me where the disconnect is when that parent of that child or that individual doesn't say, hey, just because they use a different phone than you doesn't give you the right to do that. That's where I feel like the line needs to be drawn. And we need to stop this bullshit about it's the company's fault and figure out how to fix it at home. That's just my opinion on that. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave that alone. I'm dealing with that right now. This kid's gonna make me act out of character. My thing is, have we forgot public school system where bully has been around for years? Beat your kids so they're polite. Hey, Mike, it worked for me. I'd like to think I turned out pretty well. My dad beat the hell out of me, so well, he ain't beat the hell out of me, but I was bad, so I did get a lot of whoopings. Annette, what's up, Annette? What's up, Annette? What's up, Annette? Getting me some Henny after the stream, so I will be thinking I'll take a shot in your name after the stream, Annette. Giving your features away can destroy you. BlackBerry was already dying and then released BBM for all platforms and instantly killed themselves. Somebody said it. Somebody. Not. I don't think that was the only thing that led to BlackBerry dying, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. Coffee Talk is pretty wild. It can be pretty wild. Hey, Mr. Brian R. from the Discord server. Thank you as well. Gang, 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 Discord gang. Coffee Talk was wild this morning. HTC also had touchscreen smartphone before iPhone or Android existed. This is true. This is true. Wasn't that that was like 2006, wasn't it, Mike? Something like that. I think it was like 2006 that device came out. Knock Knock was also a feature that was done by LG. Google Pro Max Ultra. The more biometrics, the better on any device. Exactly. Like I would love if Apple said, "Hey man, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys face unlock." Whether it's a little pill at the top or whatever it is, we're going to give you face unlock and you're going to be able to unlock your phone over here. That would be so dope to me. Like, that would be so freaking dope to me. Let's see. Face unlock and fingerprint in the power. There we go. Uchibra. Oh no, YouTube, this is not going to work. I just got the notification. Sorry, bro. I'll go back and rewatch after the stream to see what I missed. Oh, man, it's all good, man. Good to see you in here anyway, Eric. So, yeah, man. And like I said, man, this in regards to this morning's coffee talk, I left it alone on Twitter. I spoke with Viper privately about it because at the end of the day, and I appreciate Mike for his comment about, I had nothing to apologize about, and a few other people did DM me and say the same thing. But I did that because Coffee Talk is Viper's room, and I try not to show out on people's platforms, so I wanted to make sure that he understood that, like, hey, I'm sorry for that. But the thing is, I don't tolerate disrespect. That's just my thing. Like I don't deal with disrespect from people. If you have a difference of opinion, that's cool. That's cool. I want people to have differences of opinion from me. I want to agree with you. I want to be able to have an intelligent conversation with you. But when you resort to saying stuff to me like, I'm being a dumbass, or, you refer to people that I speak about, aka my family, or in that nature, and calling them stupid and things like that, you lose me. You lose me and you lose any interest I have in the conversation. And I don't tolerate that. I wasn't raised like that, and I don't believe in treating people like that. So when someone treats me like that, I have zero conversation for you. I have zero conversation for you. So, Coffee Talk this morning was it was unfortunate that it went the direction that it did, but, at the same time, like I said, I'm not going to tolerate disrespect. I'm not going to do that. The minute you raise your voice when we're having a casual conversation, or the minute you start talking a certain type of way, like I said, you've lost me. And when you keep it up, like especially if this isn't the first time you've done something that I have politely asked you to not do, or if this isn't the first time that you've kind of disrespected me, whether you realize it or not, I definitely have nothing else to say to you. So, that individual can do what they want. They can continue to be on that big, shut up and dribble energy about, just telling people to just shut up and download an app. They can be on that if they want to. But like I said, I choose to have a little bit more of an open mind, and I choose to have a little bit more of an open discourse with people when it comes to these conversations. Because at the end of the day, these conversations that happen, whether it's iMessage and RCS, whether it's, CSAM or things of that nature that we talk about when it comes to tech, the purpose of having these conversations is to be able to learn something if you don't know, and to be able to communicate and get better from things, right? I don't come on here and talk to anyone without the intention of learning from them or having a good ass time. If I ever go to Vegas, which I might be going to Vegas in a couple of months for a bachelor party, you best believe I'm going to go holler at that boy Bionic Scoop. I'm going to try to holler at this man right here, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have a good time. And if we have a conversation and I say something and Mike says something and I'm like, whoa, I'm not going to sit up here and be like, dumbass. I might do it if we're drunk, but I'm not going to do that, man. Like, it's just not necessary. That type of energy is not necessary, man. Especially with people you've never met before. Like, I don't know. But anyway, I'm getting too caught up. Yeah, they went too hard. You were justified. Again, I appreciate it, man. BlackBerry, they hurt themselves when everyone shifted to touchscreen keyboard, and BB decided to go against all odds and stick to physical keyboard. When they decided to make a change, it was too late. Now, in all fairness to BlackBerry, again, now this is just my opinion, and we have to also remind ourselves when we're talking about this stuff from a tech mindset that the techies are the minority. Remember that when we talk about this stuff, tech people are the minority. So whatever the rest of the world does, whatever the rest of the country does, whatever your apartment complex does, I am probably the minority in this complex when it comes to my beliefs about technology because I am more ingrained in it. But guess what? I'm also the minority when it comes to one of my good friends who's a huge soccer fan. He is the minority in our group with that because he can go talk about soccer for hours and I'll just be sitting there like, oh, word? Oh, that's what's up. That's cool, man. Cool. Like, so, it is what it is. Now, they ain't going to do that. They want you to spend $300 to $400 on an Apple Watch. But yeah. Yeah. Nike edition, by the way. Peep that band. Peep that band. Nike edition, by the way. Peep that, peep that, peep that, peep that, peep that, peep that band. Subtle flex. Not a flex, but still. Also, shout out to the midnight color. I thought I wasn't going to like it, but it looks very black. Nothing much, Jason. Okay, he's talking to Jason C. So, let's see. Appreciate it, my dude. Talking amongst yourselves. I need to get up to Duval for a drink. Like, for real, for real. Hey, man, Mike, we need to make it happen, man. And the cripple fight. Yes, we need to have the cripple fight. Mike, the cripple fight, if it was to happen right now, you'd probably win because I had a little bit of an issue. And, oh, boy. I ain't got no movement right now. Let's see. Nah, that's cool. You need to always be able to have a respectful conversation. You shouldn't be disrespecting anybody in any way, especially family. Hey, what is iMessage and RCS? I just call everybody. Hey, I'm starting to get to the point where I'm asking people, like, why are you texting me? Like, I don't like to text people that much anymore. I have certain groups that I text, and I have certain, like, individuals that I will communicate with like that. Like my dad will text me randomly throughout the day just to, like, say, hey, that's his thing now. Now that he's gotten used to it, he's comfortable with pulling out his phone, and he recognizes, and this is one thing I love about my dad, man. And like I said, I try to carry these values that I was taught into the way that I talk to other people. Like it's one of those things where he'll text me because he knows, hey, he might be at work or he might be, whatever. Now, if I switch to an Android phone, he doesn't care. He's not going to care, but that I'm not on iMessage or FaceTime anymore. He will ask me, can you FaceTime with your iPhone still? And if I say no, he'll just say, okay, well, I'll just see you when I see you. I'll probably see you sometime next month. And he'll wait. He'll wait. He won't make a big deal about it, but he also has common sense. I wasn't mad at the BB Torch, the ability to use touch or the keyboard. Yo, Kim, the BlackBerry Torch to me was the last BlackBerry that I genuinely loved. And I regret that I sold that phone. I sold that phone. I had that phone up until about 2014. I still had one. And I sold it to somebody for like, I want to say $200 or something like that because the dude was, an avid BlackBerry fan and he was like, yeah, I want to collect the phone or whatever. And I'm pretty sure if I was to go try to find that phone now on eBay, it'd probably be more than that. Or I don't know, maybe it wouldn't be. I haven't looked. But the BlackBerry Torch to me was the best of both worlds. You got the great BlackBerry hardware with the keyboard, and then you got a good touchscreen. Nothing like the Storm's touchscreen. The BlackBerry Storm was the first BlackBerry Storm was horrible to me. Was horrible. Like I had that phone for all of 5 hours. I picked it up from the Verizon store at like 9 o'clock in the morning when they opened up because I pre-ordered it, and I went home. I played with it, set it up and everything. I think I probably went to my homeboy's house and hung out for a little while, and I was right back at the store with the box in hand. Like, hey man, yeah. I said, yeah, go on ahead and go ahead and do what you need to do. At the end of the day, people shouldn't be going all out on each other and calling each other names over this stuff. It's not that serious. You won't change the company's mind. Going all out over a company that's still making billions of dollars off you. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Oh, my Lord. I said F that when they said they were making unlocking with the mask on for only Apple Watch users. I said, hell nah, I'm going to Android. Now, I mean, JFT, in that situation, I would ask you, what would you do if Samsung said something like that? Because, like I said, Samsung has a face unlock. And Samsung, I don't want to speak wrong, and I don't want to say the wrong thing. But if I'm not mistaken, Samsung doesn't do face unlock with a mask either. So I wonder what would you do? I'm not picking or anything. I want to know your honest opinion. What would you do if Samsung said, "Hey, you can unlock your Fold or your Flip or your S22 or your S21. We're gonna push it to these devices and update to where you can unlock it, but you got to have a Galaxy Watch on." Like at that point, would that not be the same thing? Like would that, or is it like just curious because I feel like if Samsung was to do something like that, I don't think it would receive the same backlash that Apple got. But that's just me personally. Bro, you sell all the phones, bro. We definitely need to slow down on the resale of the phone. Nah, man, you gotta understand, Eric. Back in the day, Eric, I was all right. Listen, man, I was a Craigslist hustler back in the day. That's what I was. I was one of them cats that like after a certain point in time, when I kind of just kind of really figured out how the game worked with Craigslist, I'd buy a phone. Like let's say I bought this phone, right? So I go to T-Mobile and I buy this phone, and what I used to do was, and I did this from about 2010 to about 2014, right before I got ready to move to Florida. Um, what I used to do is I'd buy the phone, I'd pay it off, like pay it off right away if it was on a contract, and then as soon as it was paid off, I'd use it for about a month, maybe two or something like that. And if something else came out that I was interested in, I'd wait about a month for it to be out on the market, kind of like people do with Swapper, and I'd go to Craigslist and I'd see if anybody was selling one. Somebody selling one, I say, yeah, I got this phone, I'll sell it to you for X amount, or I'll trade you or something. Or that person would say, well, hey, I'll sell it to you for 300. I go sell my phone I had for like 400. So that way I can get the new phone. I get the cases for it. That's how I used to do it. And my friends were the same way. Like my friends are techies, but they weren't as deep into it to the point that they had a YouTube channel or a Twitter and stuff like that, like I do. But that's how we all used to move, and it was cool because we would always be able to have those conversations. Like, yo, you got that new Thunderbolt? You got the new Evo? You got the Incredible? You got the Motorola Axon? You got all these phones that were coming out. The Photon. It was that LG device that came out at one point. It was not. It wasn't the one that was curved. There was another LG phone that came out years ago. God, I can't remember the name of it, but it was right before the V series started. It was right before they started the V series. I think it was the original G line. It may have been the G2. Might have been the G2 with the button on the back. But one of my coworkers, she got that phone, and it was just it was something always fun to talk about. Mike Talbot said, I had that phone for about the same amount. The touch on that screen was so bad and the light bleed was crazy. Oh my God, Mike, don't get me started on that phone, man. I already said enough and got triggered. I think I have one torch somewhere. I need to look into that. The last BB I sold was the Bold. Man, Kim, listen, man, when I tell y'all I was so deep into BlackBerry. I had that OG BlackBerry Bold that had the little curved top and the two buttons at the top, like two little right triggers, like on a switch or something like that, with the color screen. But I had the OtterBox joint, right? Feel me on this, man. I was like 20 something years old, barely over 21, walking around with the OtterBox joint that had the big old belt clip, the little plastic keyboard cover you had to wrap around the phone, and then you clipped on the other pieces and put the silicone over it. Boy, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I used to be in the club with that thing on my hip, talking to people and just be like, "Yeah, girl, let me get your number real quick." I'm like, hey, big dog, get some drinks, Hold on, real quick. Boy, I used to put that thing on my belt like it was a gun. Boy, I just. Oh, that just took me back, man. That just took me back. I just brought back a memory. Let's see. Snowman Can, what's up, man? Good to see you. I love the new logo, by the way, sir. Love it. Changed it up in 2022. Says, I don't have an Apple Watch anymore, and I'm really annoyed that Apple did that. They need to put the fingerprint scanner back in the phones. What do I know? I really do hope that Apple will eventually do that. Maybe with the iPhone 14, since that's rumored to be the complete refresh and redesign of the phone with the front screen changing and everything. Maybe they'll surprise us, but I don't know. I'm not holding my breath. I can say that much. But we have a finger. Yeah, that's true. You have a fingerprint scanner. You have a fingerprint scanner already. So I'll give you that. Masks aren't going anywhere. To be honest, I probably wouldn't care too much if Samsung did that because we still have a fingerprint scanner. That's true. I had every Android on Verizon before the iPhone finally came out. It all started with the OG Droid. Man, Mike, listen. I remember being at Best Buy, right? I remember being at Best Buy at 6 a.m. in line in my little hometown of Warner Robins, Georgia, in line at 6 a.m. to pick up the Motorola Droid. That was the first phone that I ever like. That was the first phone that I truly went out. I busted my ass working at Target as a seasonal employee. I had 2 jobs at the time. I busted my behind to save up the money to buy that phone. I was so hyped for that phone because prior to that, I was an AT&T customer on my mama contract, and I was a blackjack user. So I've used everything. Like I Windows Mobile was my jam, and I loved my blackjack, and I had got so used to using the blackjack that I needed a keyboard phone. And I had every single iteration of the Motorola Droid. I had the Droid 1 through the Droid 4. And I'm telling you, man, if Motorola was to drop a refreshed Motorola Droid in 2022, instant buy. Instant buy. You give me a flagship Android device with, even, a matter of fact, I keep it a buck because I learned this lesson with the Pixel 5a when Team Pixel sent that out to me. Shout out to Team Pixel, by the way. It doesn't even have to be a flagship. It could be a mid-range device. You give me an Android phone with a decent camera, good video, and decent. I say decent camera and decent video, which means that it's good enough for me. You give me a nice 6-inch or bigger touchscreen and a keyboard, bro, that's an instant buy. Instant buy. Like, I promise you, that's an instant buy. I'll sleep on the couch for that. Instant fucking cop. Samsung, what happened and why did they abandon the Eyes Unlock feature? I thought it was clutch. Nobody else did it as far as I know. Another signature feature, Sammy let go. They let it go because in order to use the eye feature, which was the infrared scanner that would scan your eyes, they needed to have that in the bezel of the phone. And as they continued to push this narrative of thinner bezels, there was no way to continue to keep that technology in the bezel. The same way that Google could not give us the bezels that they did on the Pixel 6 Pro or, on the 5 with that hole punch design and give us the Soli radar. So that's what that was. The only 2 BlackBerry I owned was the Curve and the Pearl. Boy, I had the Pearl Flip. You hear me? I had the Pearl Flip. Couldn't tell me nothing when I had that either. I thought I was a shit when I had a BlackBerry. I ain't even gonna cap. I thought I was the shit when I had a BlackBerry. Hey, what up, James? How you doing this evening? Wish I still had the HTC G1. Oh, me too. Lewis, that's the only Android phone I never got my hands on. To this day. I've had Android phones from the Droid, HTC HD2 that you could dual boot with Windows Mobile and Android. I had the MyTouch. I had all the HTC Incredibles, the Evos, the Thunderbolts, the Ones. I had so many Android phones from that. I'm pretty sure any popular mainstream Android device that released between 2010 and probably early to late 2014. I had it at some point. Even if it was for like a month or 2 months, I had that phone at some point. I'd buy it instantly. Let's see. Oh, snap, you from Warner Robins, Georgia? Okay, you a fan of Warner Robins High or Northside? Hey, I'm a Northside fan, Uno. I'm a Northside fan. I actually didn't go to either of those schools. I went to HOCO. I went to Houston County High School, but I'm a Northside fan. I wanted to go to Northside, and I wanted to be in there, with their football program or in their band because I was a band nerd. But we ended up moving and staying on the side of Warner Robins where we were actually zoned for Houston County High School. So that's the school I went to. See, that feature is still on my phone at Uno Nice. Wait. What phone do you have? You have the Fold 3, right? Right, JFT, if I'm not mistaken? You have the Fold 3. Because I think if you're talking about the face unlock, that's different than the one that he's talking about. Uno Nice is referring to what was the red dot. That I think the last device that had that feature was the Note 9. I think that was the last one that actually came with that feature was the Note 9, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm sure someone in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm pretty positive that was the last device that had the Samsung infrared, iris scanner. That's what it was. Not infrared. It was the iris scanner. Samsung iris scanner. That's what it was. I had to think about it for a second. I knew it was going to come to me because my wife had a Note 9. She was an avid Note 9 person, and I had the Note 9 at one point in that platinum silver variant. So I had to think about it for a minute. But yeah, man. So we got about 5 minutes left before we're going to go ahead and get ready to close this thing on out. As always, make sure you guys leave here and go to my man Ike's Tech Talk. Live stream at 9 o'clock. We always hold down Thursday night, and you got 2 streams rocking, so make sure you guys go check him out and enjoy him and his energy over on his stream. I will be in the chat. I might not be typing too much because usually when I get done, I go hang out with the baby and the wife and stuff now, but I will be in the chat lurking, so shout out to my boy Ike, and make sure you guys go support him and give him some love and show him some love. Real quick, a few notes to wrap the stream up this evening. Memberships will be reactivated on the channel here in the next week or so. I'm getting all the stuff together to get like the badges and everything. Because last time I pulled some badges off of Google with some little chess piece badges, and you know they worked. They were simple enough. But I kind of want to give you. I want to give the members some real deal. Like I want to give you guys some real quality stuff that like I want to put some energy and some effort into it. So I want to do the memberships when it's right. I don't want to just activate them real quick. To activate them real quick for the sake of doing it, if that makes any sense. On top of that, we do have a tech fight this weekend. So that tech fight will be at 8 o'clock. Like I said, look for a Twitter announcement between this evening and Saturday at some point where I will be announcing my judges for the weekend. And I will also be announcing who is going to be participating. Got a few people I need to reach out to about that. But that will be going down at 8 o'clock. And the stream will be about an hour. We'll try to cap it around an hour, no more than an hour and a half. Another point to denote out, my good friend, almost like my big sister, Gadget Goddess, she is having a members only live stream this weekend at 9 p.m. So if you're not subscribed to her channel, which a lot of you are in this chat, please make sure you check her out, man, and go over there and show her some love for her members only stream. They cut up and have a good time. I might even slide through if I'm able to, if we're not too busy hanging out with the baby and stuff, and do all of that. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Got a video dropping tomorrow, a different type of video. Shout out to all 35 plus of you. It's been about 30 to 40 people in here the whole stream. So shout out to all of you guys that have stayed with me the whole time. If any of you who have been here for a while have been with me for the last several years since I started my channel, you know that there are certain types of videos I used to do back in the day that a lot of people kind of miss, and a lot of people have been talking about, when am I going to bring it back? Well, we are going to be having a little bit of fun with that this weekend, and a video will be dropping soon. So make sure you're staying tuned. If you've been, like I said, if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you know what I'm talking about. So hope you guys will enjoy that content once it drops. But let's wrap up the last few comments here. Let's see. Yes, sir. Hit that like button as always. I appreciate you guys. Says, was it the 9, bro, or was it the 8? I thought they got rid of it with the S9 and Note 9 came out. No, they still had it on the S9 and the Note 9. Those two devices still had it. Mike said, just give me a shorter, wider Fold 4, and I'm in 100%. Blue bubble, green bubble, or pink bubble. I'll use what helps me be productive. Bam, there you go. My cousins go to Houston County High, my little town Fitzgerald, our high school one. Hey, yo, Uno, you're in Fitzgerald? Oh, bro, you right up the road, bro. Uno, man, next time I go home, man, because I go home once a month to let my mom and dad see their grandbaby, man. Next time I go home, bro, we might have to make something happen, bro, because I did not know you were that close, man. Fitzgerald is definitely a little town, but it's not far from Warner Robins, man. Yeah, my family, Uno, we moved to Warner Robins in 03, so that's why I said I'm Florida born, but I'm Georgia raised. Lived all over the world in 3 different countries before I got to Georgia, but that's my home, man. Georgia is my home. But that being said, I see you, Raymond. Mike and Ike. Yes, T should give us our own badge. The baby is great, Ace. She is great. Baby is amazing, man. So enjoy the stream. I'll be back for sure. Hey, thank you, Brian. I appreciate that, man. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will definitely see you in the Discord server along with all the other supporters from the Technically T Discord server that came in this evening. Appreciate you guys. One last little note before we dip out. I just noticed this because I just got the email about it. We hit 2,300 subs tonight. So whoever subscribed tonight recently, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. I hope you stick around and enjoy yourself. Shout out to you guys for the support, man. We are at 2,300 subs on the channel, man, and we are going to continue to grow this community, man. I just want to have fun and do this and make people laugh and make people smile, and hopefully help people learn something along the way in doing it, man. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this thing on out. Kenny Man said, great stream. Thank you, sir. Joseph, Hot Water, you come in as I'm leaving and closing the stream, bro. Come on, man. Come on, Joseph. See, you've been celebrating too much since the dogs won, man. Joseph, me and you gonna have to talk, man. You got to DM me, and we got to talk about that, man, because that you got to do better, bro. You got to do better, man. You got to do better. I'm just messing with you, Joseph, man. Hope all is well. Good to see you. Stay safe out there, because I know y'all are going crazy with them dogs winning. But we're going to go ahead and cut it out, man. I don't want to keep running up into my man Ike's time. So you guys have a great evening. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. Finish out the week strong. Stay safe as always. This Omarion is out here going crazy. And yeah, man, enjoy yourselves and have a great weekend. I'll see you guys Saturday night, and I'll see you guys next week on another Thursday night with Taking Mike.